it would be a good idea for us to meet once a month for like a group money therapy session. How nice would that be to like, speak about our money problems in an open space that has no judgment and no bias? Hey guys, welcome back to another video and thank you so much for joining me again. If this is your first time, and on this channel, I chat about all things related to managing your money and adulting in general. So if that sounds like your type of vibe, please check out our other videos. And if you do like what you see, don't hesitate, smash that subscribe button and become a member of the team. I'm so excited about today's video. I'm excited because it's not a goal setting video. It's not a vision board video. I love those as well, but this is my report card. It's December now and I'm bringing back my report card and I'm showing you guys what I've managed to accomplish that I set out to and things that I've really, really improved on. So I'm excited about that because these aren't hopes, dreams. These are things that I told myself I want to leave in the previous year and I actually managed to do it and it feels so good to have accomplished that. So these are 8 things that I've left in 2022 and I consistently didn't do these things in 2023. So I'm excited about that. There's a lot of other things that are work in progress, but these are the things that I actually got right. The first thing is making excuses when I don't want to see people or I don't want to do certain things. So guys, I don't know about you, but for me, whenever I'm asked to attend something or do something, if I don't want to do it, I genuinely don't feel like it, I always feel obligated to come up with a really good excuse as to why. For example, oh no, I've got another arrangement. I'm not feeling well. I didn't save for it. Sometimes you just don't want to be in certain places. Sometimes you don't want to be around certain company. And it's okay. It's fine that you don't want to do certain things and you don't want to be in certain places. And in my adult life, I'm just learning to say, so sorry. Thank you so much for the invite. I'm not going to be able to make it, full stop. Whereas previously, I would think that I need to come up with a really good excuse. And when I can't, because I hate lying, I would then end up being anxious and end up going and stuff like that. And it really didn't make me feel good. So now when people ask me to do something or to be somewhere, I genuinely go where I feel like I'm happy, where I feel like it's good for me and where I'm at and stuff like that. And I really love that for myself. And that's something that I got right. Now I go where I want to go. I do what I want to do. And if I cannot, I don't feel obligated to give you the reason. I'll just tell you that I can't make it, which is great. The second thing is always needing company for the things that I enjoy. Oh man. I struggle with doing things alone, guys. I really struggle with doing things alone. So it's either number one, I have to put Mr. M through things that he doesn't necessarily enjoy because I don't want to do it alone. Or I need to find a friend. And if I can't, I need to wait for that friend to be available. And if they can't, that means I can't do it. And I'm just not about that life anymore. In 2023, I told myself that if there's a restaurant that I want to check out and Mr. M is not available and I don't feel like having other company, I will go there alone and check it out. If there's a spa, if there's a specific shop or anything, even running errands, I will go alone. I will not do what I want to do because I'm waiting to be surrounded by people. Because sometimes you want to do something spontaneously and I would find out who's available. But then I told myself, you know what, you end up not doing it if you don't have company. Why don't you learn to enjoy your own company and to explore things on your own? It's not going to take away anything from you. If anything, you actually immerse yourself in that, and I think it's being spoiled by always having someone next to me. But now there are certain things that I enjoy and I don't mind doing them by myself, even though I can have company, but I'm very fine with doing them by myself. And that's a huge milestone for me. The dining alone, I'm not there yet. I'll probably go and order something from a restaurant and stuff like that. I don't have solo dates yet, but that's something that I'm also looking to explore. But I think I do, though, taste what I want to taste from that restaurant. Whether I get it as a takeaway or whatever, I end up doing it. And if I plan to do something and someone can't make it, I still go ahead and do it. I don't drop because of the company. And I love that for myself. The third thing is having high expectations. Guys, you know what? if you don't conquer anything as a human being, if you can just conquer not having expectations from people and situations and certain environments, I feel like it helps you grow so much. This really, really helped me because I would always do things, yes, out of the goodness of my heart, but there's an inkling feeling in me that also expected that person to reciprocate. You guys know I always preach about reciprocation and how I really want to give, and get and all of that stuff. And here I said, having high expectations. So it doesn't mean that if you're in my life and I'm pouring into you, I expect nothing from you. No. But I think my expectations were at certain times too high. Like I would expect the same level. I would expect you to reciprocate in the same way sometimes. And I really managed to pull away from that. Now, if I want to do something for you because I love you or I appreciate you or whatever, I do it. I don't expect anything from you back. If you do it, great, it's a bonus. But if you don't, whatever. And that goes from my relationship to my friendships to at work. Like if I won't count Ubayo, I'm always volunteering for this and nobody volunteers for it. If I want to do it and I enjoy it, I will do it. I'm not going to look to what did you do after that and what are you going to do after that. And I feel like that has freed me so much and in ways that I can't explain. It just gives you a certain level of peace when you do what feels good. And what that does is you also stop doing the things that you do because you expect things from other people, if that makes sense. And that's a golden one for me because having high expectations mean you sometimes also go to a level that you wouldn't go to ideally. But now you go because you're expecting the person to go. And then when they don't, it's an issue. So now it's like, I don't go at all. Or if I go, I'm doing it purely because I want to. Yeah, I hope all of this makes sense. But yeah, I really left that in 2022, which is having high expectations. Number 4 is having occasional friends or friendships. This thing of having church friends, party friends, work friends, Instagram friends, YouTube friends, that friend, and they don't mix in different parts of your life, only in certain ones. And now you're planning something and you're not sure who to invite or not because your friends are categorized and you're not even sure. Guys, I don't do that anymore. I have acquaintances, which is people that I know, and people that I enjoy talking to you, and I have my friends. And I'm not muddling the two. And it was very important for me to draw that line because I would then, for certain instances, not know when someone is my friend or when they're not. And now I think it's very clear. I have people that, again, I enjoy their company. And if we happen to be in the same space, it's a bonus. And then I've got friends and it's very clear. And even with my friends, like it's a friend that I could go home with if I needed to. I could go to church with if I needed to. I could go to a work thing if I needed to. And I'm not saying that my friends need to be the same, but I don't have different versions of myself. So why should I have different friends that speak to different parts? That just confused me. It might work for you or other people, but for me, it didn't work for me. So I left that, and now I know where I stand. I know where certain people stand, and yeah, man, it's just way. The administration of it all just irritated me. So I left that in 2022, and now I feel like things are much clearer. The 5th one is wanting to do everything by myself and not asking for help. Yeah, I really love getting things done by myself. And I had this thing where I always felt like people should offer, people should volunteer, people should, because I do the same. Again, expectations. But now if I need help with something, I openly ask and comfortably so. If I can't do something by myself, I outsource. If I feel like something is not value adding, I pay for it, One of the things that was very important for me that I did consistently this year is I got a helper around the house, and it has made me a happier being. It has made my workload lighter. And I used to feel guilty about that and feel like, no, I enjoy cleaning. It's therapeutic. What? Hi guys, no, it's a lot of hours. And it's a lot of hours wasted. And I found someone who's amazing and who does the things. And she's happy because she's got a job that she can go to every week. I'm happy because I've got time and I've got, time and, like free time to explore other things that I would much rather do and enjoy. And it's also made me up my hustle game because I'm like, okay, if I have someone helping me once a week and they're relieving time, what am I doing with that time? Am I resting, which is also a good thing? Am I hustling? Am I grinding? Like, what am I doing with that time? So definitely asking for help, outsourcing when I need to, and not wanting and forcing to do things by myself. But I think the asking for help thing is something that does not come naturally to me. And I've definitely gotten better at that. The sixth one is stressing over spilt milk. And I put exclamation mark here because I am that person that will stress over something that's already done that I can't change. But I'll think about what could I have done? What should I do differently? Hey, what's the lesson in it? Ha 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 ha. Guys, like now I am way more chilled about things. It doesn't mean that I'm careless or I'm irresponsible, but if it's done, it's done. Where too, there's nothing I can do, honestly. And again, that is so freeing. It is so, so freeing. I pay attention to the minor details, to the quality, to it being 100% accurate. Now I'm just like, hey, and then a good example of this is I've been posting like shorts from my events that I speak at because we're speaking now. And I've been posting shorts, and those shorts come from people taking content, right? And sometimes it's not perfect. And I feel like, no, the angle, the lighting, the what. But now I just share because I'm just like, the message is the most important thing. Why am I being so pedantic about certain things? So that's not me. And that's something just about, you know what, it's done. I can actually use this. How do I make the best use out of it, as opposed to complaining that it's not perfect? So I'm really proud about that. The next one is not being able to try things, like, or being scared to try things. And I put here 90% rule. So I usually try things if my chances of success are greater than 90%. I know, but that's me. I always say to people that most of the reasons why I'm so successful is because I strategically position myself in areas where my chances of success are the greatest. And that has helped me become very successful and make very few mistakes. But it's also boxed me in terms of, the things that I explore and the opportunities that I take, and say yes to. And I don't like that. So even though like I've become successful in certain areas because I always pass, but I had to think to myself that that's because you actually place yourself when you know your success rate will be greater than 90%. And I didn't want to do that anymore. And I found myself this year trying different things. Some of the things you would have seen on the platform, some of the things you didn't. But the point is, I'm trying, man. If I'm like, it would be a good idea for us to meet once a month for like a group money therapy session. How nice would that be to speak about our money problems in an open space that has no judgment and no bias? And I did it, I did that. Like, I will do things now. If I think of something and I'm like, that's a good idea, I try it, especially if I have the means to do so. Some work, some don't, and that's okay. I'm happy with that. But yeah, it's also like unlocked a part of me that I didn't know existed. So I'm very excited about that. The next one is, or the last one is, not valuing my time and expertise, right? And I put in brackets, asking for money. Guys, I am a money person, right? But I kid you not, in certain areas of my life, I struggle to ask for money, especially when it comes to costing people for my work. Be it voiceovers that I do, be it MC work that I do, be it speaking engagements that I do. I did a lot of things for free and I felt like it was fine for the time. But then I got to a point where I'm like, every time I have a speaking engagement or a project, I have to pay a makeup artist. I have to travel there. I have to buy an outfit and all of that stuff. Why am I not costing for this? Why am I now doing this to my, to the detriment actually of my finances, not myself? It doesn't make sense. And then you go to certain spaces and you find out that other people were paid and you were not, simply because you were not asked. 2022, I was like, I'm done. And I even told the people that, I used to do free stuff for, that, guys, no, I can't do this anymore, because at the end of the day, number one, it does affect me in the sense that I have to put time, effort, and money, but I don't get anything out. Yes, I enjoy doing this, but it's also taking away from me and I need to be remunerated for it. And I got more confident. I think because it's a passion project, I'm still very lenient in terms of what I ask for, but at least I'm asking for something. At least I'm now not, paying and not getting anything out, which I really enjoy. Especially when it comes to like corporates and businesses and stuff like that. I'm just like, but why are you trying to save? Because you've got a budget for these things, So I'm really proud about that as well. And the last one, which is not number 8, but a bonus that I just thought about now that I want to end with, and that is not speaking up. I am the type of person, ever since I was in high school or primary school, who will sit at the back of the class, who will not raise my hand to answer the question, even though I know the answer. And I think that carried out into my adulthood where, with certain things, I will just not comment. I love speaking, but I like speaking when there's no conflict, when there's no, potential touching on a touchy subject and stuff like that. And I know you must be thinking, Aibo, that's what you do here permanently, Moss. It is different, guys. Just know that it's different. But now I speak up more. Like, I voice my concerns. I voice what I think, be it in the corporate boardroom. I'm like, this is what I think. Have you considered that? And I'm really proud of that. And if anyone is like me, where you struggle to raise your hand, you struggle to speak up in open spaces, yo, guys, if I tell you, especially from like a work front and a professional front, I've really forced myself to use my voice. I used to think so many things in those boardrooms, but I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't raise my hand. I'd just think it internally. Sometimes somebody else would say it and I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. At least somebody said it. Sometimes I'd take it away and maybe like tell someone on the side, but I don't do that anymore. Literally, I walk out of those boardrooms and I've said everything that I felt valuable to say. I don't say things for the sake of speaking. I don't like that. But when I've got value to add, I add that value, Sometimes it's like, oh, that's a really great point, we'll implement. Sometimes it's like, that doesn't make sense, and I'm okay with that. I've heard it enough times now where it doesn't affect me. I think one of the reasons why I hesitated to speak out, especially in professional spaces, is because of that greater than 90% success. So I want my point to be really good and really valuable. And if I don't feel like it's got 90% chance of being really good or really valuable, I won't say it. But now I'm just sharing my thoughts more. I'm sharing, what I feel. And I really love that for myself. So that's the bonus one of things that I've left in 2022. It's taken a lot for me to stay consistent to these things, but I just want to end by saying that it is possible. If you put your mind in the right place, if you make habits out of these things, if you keep calling yourself out when you do go over the line and color outside of the line, which I did do, eventually it becomes like second nature and you do get better and better at it. Guys, this is the last video that you will see for the year, unless I decide to be creative and post something fun, but I'll be active on Instagram. Thank you so much. So much for your support this year. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate each and every one of you, especially the people who go all out and engage. I hope you have a blessed festive season. I hope you have a joyful festive season with your families, and I really hope you take the time to rest and to thank yourself, not necessarily for accomplishing all of your goals, but for putting the effort to try. Bye, guys.